Good evening, everybody. It's let's see, what is it? Tuesday night, around 8:30, and I'm just about ready to throw up from hearing about this Ray Rice. This Ray Rice, Ray Rice. While ISIS has gone around killing thousands of people, cutting people's heads off because they don't want to waste the bullets, burying people alive, and creating atrocity after atrocity, and all they can talk about is Ray Rice. But concerning the Ray Rice deal. Um, they're all talking about the wrong thing. I mean, it was quite evident from the time it happened. I have a friend that's at middle security at the Ravel where this took place, and I knew from the instant they showed him dragging her out of the elevator that there was a tape in the elevator. It used to be the case that a lot of people, some old guy would win some money and they'd see him some thug would see him get a payout and follow him and rob him in the elevator, or they'd rob him going to his car. Well, they have tapes in every one of these elevators, and to think that someone wasn't watching, and why in the Sam hell didn't the security from the Ravel come zooming in? Because somebody had to be watching those screens when he give her the punch that knocked her out. But set that aside. These people, I'm talking football players now, are basically raised to be thugs because that's how they make their living. And the better they are at being a thug, the better the living most of them make. And they're this way from high school. I've seen it where people will get favoritism in high school because they're good athletes. And when you talk about college, oh my gosh, where I went to university, they covered up stories of rape and pillage and everything else that these guys. They put these football players, in a special dormitory away from everybody else because they were such animals. I mean animals, and they would expect you as a professor or whatever, you know, to to let these kids glide through so that they have enough credits to carry them through so they could play the following year. Most of these guys have all been to college, but hardly, there ain't that many of them that have actually graduated college that are in pro football. But they are thugs, and they're used to an atmosphere where they can get away with anything that they care to. And I'm telling you that several rape cases and stuff were squashed because the university had so much power. They were kept out of the newspapers and all. We even had a professor whose wife. This guy was a full professor, well, internationally known, and his wife shot him 7 times. The guy survived. It's an amazing story. I won't get into that. But they were able to keep that out of the paper. These universities are so powerful, and the football programs bring in so much money that these people get away with literally rape and pillage. That they try to separate them as much as they can in this particular university I was at, and this was one of the top money making football programs all through the 80s and 90s. Uh, and they're still followed and ranked pretty good. But anyway, so they would get away, and that is the atmosphere to which these people have grown accustomed to. Now you keep giving a dog a bone, and then somebody wants to take that bone away. Bam, you're in to get your hand bit. But had that dog been taught all along that it's not really his bone, it's the generosity of you letting him have it, and then you can, like with my dog, I don't care what I give him, I give him a hot dog, and if he doesn't have the whole thing eaten, I could literally open his mouth and take the hot dog out, and he wouldn't bite me. Uh, but anyway, so it's an atmosphere, and that's what they should be talking about, not this one case and whether they should. Of course, they should fire the commissioner, but uh, I was surprised, shocked at how much money that guy makes. But they should be talking about it from the level of high school on up, and particularly college, and what college athletes are allowed to get away with. So, although this is a stunning case because it's so blatant that it's all recorded. That it wouldn't be unusual for this Rice fellow to make the assumption that he could get away with anything, because who knows whether he had a prior history of anything or not. But we're talking a lot worse than what he did. I don't excuse it, and I think wouldn't bother me if he was barred from football. But that, as I said, a lot of violence, and a lot of violence against women takes place from the college level on up, and until it's addressed at that level, we're certainly gonna have a bunch of incidences in professional football, because it's only the best of the thugs that get there.